Sports. At the podium for SEC Media Day, Florida head coach John Sumrall responded to what he brings to the Gators.
I'm just trying to inject an attitude where we're going to attack every day with enthusiasm.
Area high school coaches on Media Day expressed thoughts on the new FHS AA Open Division.
Change for the sake of change is foolishness, and I think that's what's going on right now.
At your 1010XL local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Right now, 91 degrees at 12:03. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Kicking off another college football season, Cash Building Material SEC Media Days, enhanced by Lucas Tree Service and Window World of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time. What time is it? Showtime. Prime time.
It's XL Prime Time, featuring Joe C.,
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes,
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
and Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
Well, this is kind of a big dog day when you talk about SEC Media Days, a 4-day extravaganza, this time in Tampa. First time they brought the SEC Media Days south of L.A. And when I say south of L.A., that's lower Alabama, which is really Pensacola and Mobile. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is the first time that they've put it down there in Tampa Town. And today, when you have Florida's newest head coach, John Sumrall, and you have Kalen DeBoer in Alabama trying to fight back from all the critics, Big Surse, and the Fighting Elkos rolling into town, along with Pete Golding and Hottie Toddy. That's a pretty good lineup.
Star-studded, bro. Absolutely star-studded. You got. I hate to say it, I'm toot my own horn real quick. 3 of these 4 teams Miami beat. Just want to let you know that. I did the math. But no, they should be an exciting day, bro.
Yes,
I mean, you've got contenders down there, absolute contenders, and you got a Florida team that may emerge as a contender as well. So it'd be pretty. It's pretty.
What
cool.
do you mean may emerge?
May emerge.
It's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed. You're going to crown them right now. Go ahead and crown them.
I'm going to try and will it into existence. So Matt Hayes, who joins us now from Radio Row, and he and Frank Frangie were showcased. 1010XL was on ESPN yesterday in the Open. So a round of applause for the Superstation right here in Jacksonville as they were showcased along Radio Row talking to Kirby Smart, head coach of your Georgia Bulldogs. Matt,
Nobody gets Kirby Smart, Joe. He's just not flying around talking to everybody.
It's the truth. It is the truth.
He comes to 1010XL. That's where he comes.
You guys nailed him down. That's for sure. But the other thing I was going to say is I didn't go to AI today. I went straight to LI because Leon Intelligence, he always keeps me straight on who. That's a pretty good lineup of coaches. We've already had Kalen DeBoer and Sumrall roll through the big media room. So set the scene for us, big man.
All right, so there's definitely a little buzz here, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. It wasn't because of Kalen DeBoer. It really wasn't. It was Sumrall. He kind of got the room lit up a little bit, and he certainly has won SEC Media Day so far. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's interesting. I'm writing at USA Today about Kalen DeBoer, and it's strange, man. I'm telling you, it's very weird.
Did you fall asleep while you were writing it?
Listen to me. He, this event, when Nick was at Alabama, this event was always just the absolute lunacy in the lobby waiting for him. Okay?
Yeah.
And it was that way with Kalen. It was that way at Atlanta last year. It was that way the year before in Nashville. There were Alabama fans fired up there in the lobby. So he gets here this morning. He walks through the door, and there's not a soul in the place. Okay? No one's nowhere, man. No one. There's no crush. There's no cameras. There's no, he had a media horde that followed him. HOARD.
Yeah, that's the horde.
Right. I just want to make sure you heard it that way. He had a media horde follow him, just like Nick did. The first 2 years he did, okay? And he's walking through now, Joe, and there's not a person next to him other than his handlers. He gets in that elevator. He goes up the elevator. He walks right into the teeth of this circus. And again, he may as well have just been Houston Nutt. Seriously.
Oh,
it was nothing. It was nothing.
Maybe
He
the
gets into
Bama.
the room. He gets into the room, Leon.
Yeah.
He starts talking. First off, the room's like half full. Okay.
Mhm.
He gets in the room, it's like half full. I think he's a really good coach. Okay, let's just make that clear. I think he's a really good coach. I think he's got a track record prior to Alabama that shows he's a really good coach, all right? But he's in that room, and it's just, he's not the most energetic and engaging guy. He's certainly not Saban, okay? And it's just like any other dude at that podium. And then Summerall, who's really done nothing, who hasn't won anything other than group of 5 games and a group of 5 titles, gets in there, and the place just lights up, just absolutely lights up. It's interesting. The dichotomy of it all is very strange.
I mean, so when you're talking about the Alabama team that had 11 wins and won a road game and no fans traveled to Tampa to come see their head coach?
I'm talking about the Alabama team that's lost 8 games in the last 2 years. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about,
Well,
okay? Because at the end of the day, we can say they made the playoff last year and they won a playoff game on the road at Oklahoma. And then, of course, it ends right there because they got their ass kicked 38-3 by Indiana in the Rose Bowl, okay? The reality is they've lost 8 games. 8 games. And we went over this, Leon.
We did. It took Nick Saban.
After that first 7 and 6 season, it took him how many more years to get to 8?
It took him 6 years to lose 8 games.
So
it's stunning. By the way,
I think it's a lot that, and I also think it's just I think Tide fans are a little concerned right now. I really do. I think they're a little concerned that this may not be the guy. Now, I will say this: the guy who signed his paycheck, the guy who gave him a contract extension, is 100% sure he's the guy.
Yeah, he's a
No doubt
believer.
about it.
He's a believer. He kneels at the Church of the Boar. But the other thing I was going to say is that while you lay the case out for what he hasn't done, there are Tide fans that are really starting to close in on you. Like they don't forget about you being patient zero. They may make you. They may put a tag on your toe if you keep ripping their coach the way. Southside was beside himself yesterday. Okay, just 100% beside himself.
I know he was,
Yeah.
and I love him. He's our boy, love him to death. But I mean,
He wasn't.
if he's not happy now, he's going to be even less happy when he reads USA Today in about a couple hours.
So, and look, you can lack personality and punch at the podium and still coach your fanny off.
100%. Yes.
You can tell all the great jokes you want and get a bunch of big guffaws and laughs
and lose
and just
horribly.
Exactly.
Yes.
But what you are piecing together is that the personality and punch is also followed by the 35-point loss to a team that left no doubt at the end of 60 minutes in the Rose Bowl. I am.
Wait, and here's another thing too, Joe. And I think this has to be said, okay? Because you're going to hear Tide fans say, "Well, a lot of those players left when Nick left. A lot of them left, and he lost a lot of key reserves, and he did have to rebuild." And you're going to hear all that, okay? Yeah. The guy he played in that Rose Bowl, that won by 35, walked into Indiana.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And in the same 2 years that Kalen DeBoer's been there, built the best program in college football right now.
Yeah.
Has won 27 of 29 games.
Yeah.
Okay?
I will quickly say there are a few programs that you can walk into where they're covered, even though the exodus of the Caleb Downs and the Julian Sands of the world.
Yes, of course it was a factor. Yes.
Was plentiful.
Yes, of course. Look, of course that was a factor. Losing Julian Sand, losing Caleb Downs, losing Proctor.
But hey, they still had a first rounder in Ty Simpson.
Yes, losing McLaughlin. Yes, 100%. Yes, and they had a really good quarterback in Jalen Milroe. And I still think he is a good coach, and I think he's got a chance to do something. All I'm telling you is it's a different world now, brother.
Yeah.
It is a different world.
Well, all right, so let's get into all of it, okay? We're just going to set the table. Big Sirs, who do we have today?
Now we got Alabama, Ole Miss, we got Florida, and we got Texas A&M.
So the Fighting Elkos will come in a little bit later on today, but they're another team that people obviously should have their eye on. And you quickly pointed out you emerged victorious. So
we won 3 out of the 4.
Yeah, that's pretty good
at the conference.
Yeah,
right?
That is pretty good. All right, so you guys jump in 6'4", You just heard what Matt had to say about Kalen DeBoer and the Crimson Tide, and the fact that John Summerall, at the very least, is kind of a media darling to start things off. So let's get into the storylines. Let's talk about these teams, what they've got, what they don't got. Jaden Baugh Vernell Brown the third. There's some star power with Sumrall as far as the players go down in Tampa. We will dig into all that coming up. A golf club at Southampton Wednesday, where we expect to hear from Florida's head coach and those players, all coming up on XLP.
We're looking for a bag man. You want the job?
Rick Ballou.
Yeah. Okay, you got it.
He studied criminology at Florida State, but now sports are his bag.
What's in the bag, man?
Ballou.
Drop the bag.
Evenings on 1010XL.
An accident with a big truck can change everything in a matter of seconds. Medical bills start piling up, you're missing work, and the trucking company's lawyers, they get to work immediately. That's why you need a law firm that moves just as fast. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we fight for truck accident victims, digging into the details and holding negligent drivers and their trucking companies accountable. We don't get paid unless you do. Big trucks have big lawyers. You need a stronger fighter. Campione Law. Visit CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Campione Law.
Josie for Wingstop and that boneless meal deal for two, it just keeps rocking on. Now, it ain't going to last forever, but you better take advantage of it while you can, because it's delicious. 20 boneless wings, choice of 4 flavors, large fry, a couple of dips, all for $16.99. Crush it while you can, and also get into Club Wingstop. It's their loyalty program. 10 points for every single dollar you spend. You can sign up at 1010xl.com/Wingstop. Get locked in. Get those free wings dropped in your inbox all the time. For every time you make an order, you're going to get something back in return. Check it out. Club Wingstop and Wingstop Wings.
Hey, Googans, Hicken here. You want to win wings from Mr. Chubby's or tacos from Taco Lou? How about some chocolate from Peterbook? All we need you to do is tell us more about you by filling out the 1010 listener survey at 1010XL.com. What kind of vehicles do you drive? Are you a business owner? What part of 1010XL do you like the most? We want to get to know you better so we can serve you better. Go to 1010XL.com, fill out the survey, and you could be a winner.
I'm Alan Tyre with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners Bill Pappas and Kim Rimley want to thank all of our clients, CPAs, attorneys, bankers, and real estate agents who refer us business every day. If you're ready to purchase, build, or refinance your home, call Trustline Mortgage, your hometown mortgage source since 1989. Call us today at 904-381-LOAN, TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Trustline Mortgage, NMLS 331480. Alan Tyre, NMLS 246490. Bill Pappas, NMLS 218443. Ken Remley, NMLS 246445.
Looking for an exciting, fun-filled evening the whole group can enjoy? Then don't miss the final home game of the season, and it's a big one. It's Military Appreciation Night with the Jacksonville Sharks, sponsored by True Vet Solutions. Sunday, July 26th, kickoff 7:30. Tickets start at just $15. Get out of the heat and into the arena as the Sharks battle the first-place Green Bay Blizzard. Active military and veterans get special buy one, get one free tickets. Bring in the whole crew. Try our family 4-packs. 4 tickets, $50 in food or merchandise vouchers, all for $100. Don't miss the powerful military swear-in ceremony at halftime. And join us on the field after the game for a free autograph session sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. To purchase tickets or for more information, go to JacksonvilleSharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks! Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentist and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
One of Beard's Diamond's most popular events ever is back. It's Christmas in July. Right now, for a limited time, you get as much as 40% off anything in our showcases. Yes, that includes engagement rings, fashion rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, colored gemstones. This is the annual store-wide sale that everyone loves, because you get December prices in July. Up to 40% off store-wide. Don't miss Christmas in July. Exclusively at Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com. Shop local. Shop Beards.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Gators, Bulldogs, and every SEC team.
From Tampa, it's cash building material SEC Media Days.
Kept sparkling by Underwood Jewelers and Lucas Tree Service on 1010XL.
Here comes the judge.
Order in the court.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Well, I don't know whether Matt Hayes just laid out some truth about Kalen DeBoer, but we're going to get to it. A little judgments right now on the 4 SEC schools that are parading through the convention space down in Tampa Town right now. And off of our text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, they're all in on what Matt had to say about Kalen DeBoer. Crickets for Bama. That's Bizarro World. And then a few other ones. They came in.
Wow.
They came in, Matt, and said, hey, I shouldn't have had this THC-infused drink this early because you guys are tripping me out right now.
Bro, it was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. I'm dead serious. And again, they were there last year in Atlanta, and they were there the year before in Nashville. All those fans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was the strangest thing I'd ever seen. He walks in the lobby, and he's like, he's Houston Nutt, man. There's no one there. And no one cares. He's walking right through the lobby, and there's not a single person stopped him.
But, man, that's a little unfair because, you know, Nick is like the Stones, bro. And it's like he's like the opening act to the Stones. No one remembers them.
I know that, but my point is it happened the last 2 years is my point. So the Crusher was there the last 2 years, and clearly it's the Alabama fans are who they are. They're awesome. They're incredibly they're their coach that's ride and die. You know what I mean? He's our guy. It was just strange to me how it was. He was just walking through like he was just any other dude, man.
All right.
Weird. Very, very weird.
Let's get to it with some judgments. Let's drop some judgments on these schools, and we may have players come walking up, and we'll quickly sit down with Matt and Frank. We will wait and see which of the Gators do come up first. But judgments brought to you by Campione Law. Chris Campione is an entire team of attorneys ready to help you in any way possible. If you find yourself in front of the judge, you need proper representation. We're talking personal injury, wrongful death, whatever it might be. Make sure you check out CampioneLaw.com. Offices in Jacksonville and St. Augustine. So as we talk about Kalen DeBoer, and the biggest question right now, in your judgment, Leon, when you think of what they have to face, the gauntlet of teams that they have to face, at the end of the day, is it a return to the CFP? Is it a good enough team to go play for it all?
I don't know, bro, because you know what? I can't unsee what I saw in the SEC championship game and that game against Indiana. I mean, they got, in my opinion, they got more questions than answers. Quite honestly, don't still have a quarterback.
No.
You know, you got Austin Mack, you got Keelan Russell.
Yeah, Keelan
Russell. They're gonna be. You lost 4 of your 5 stars at the offensive line. You lost guys up front, key defensive players up front. I mean, so he's had to hit the portal. You've got to hit the portal right. You've got to get the right chemistry as far as the O-line and D-line goes, and their running game, bro. That game against Georgia, they had -3 yards rushing. You ain't never heard of a Nick Saban team that -3 yards rushing.
No.
So they got to get some things together with the run. They got to get their identity back. I mean, you can't restructure what Nick had built, but you got to have some kind of tough guy mentality on both sides of the ball. And without, I don't know, Alabama, I tell you what, these fans, you better make the playoffs.
Oh, they're going to be on your
They're going to be on you.
Matt?
One starter returning on offense. Yeah. One. Okay? Offensive line completely new.
Yep.
Receivers new. I mean, you look at them, and again, I don't know why I have to keep saying this. They will play a quarterback who's never played in the league, who's never really taken a significant snap of college football.
No.
Okay? I mean, I know those guys took snaps last year, but those aren't like legit. It's 3rd and 9, you're on the road, you got to make a play.
Right.
They don't have a guy like that right now. They're a brand new dude at quarterback, okay? And again, I trust his coaching ability. He'll have a guy ready to play. But at the end of the day, when young guys get put in pressure-packed situations, it's how they respond. And they had a 3-year starter 2 years ago that didn't respond well at times, and they had a first-round pick last year that didn't respond well at times. So to me, I look at it just based on what I'm seeing on the field, and what is projected to be their lineup on the field. And I'm not seeing it. Is all I'm saying. I am just not seeing it.
Now, Matt, in fairness to that, I mean, Georgia had Gunnar Stockton. That was his first time starting last year, and he played well.
It was. It was. And again, let's also remember that Gunnar played the second half of the SEC championship game, and they won that game for him. That's number one. And then number two, they just didn't play well against Notre Dame. He didn't play all that poorly. But to your point, yes, it was a relatively new guy. But again, it got to him, and guess what? He played really well. So does Keelan Russell play well? Does Austin Mack play well? Or do both of them play well? We'll see, right? We'll see. But Georgia also much more talented than Alabama.
And we just talked about it yesterday. When you think of the youth that they have on their team, it's because of the recruiting that Kirby Smart's been able to do. He hasn't necessarily had to basically run to the transfer portal and pluck guys.
And now let's be honest, DeBoer's got 3 recruiting classes now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This is his team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't say, all right, well he walked into a difficult situation. Look, in this day and age, in this league, every coach, I don't care who you are, everybody walks into a bad situation.
Yeah.
When you take a new job.
Right. And that was not a bad situation, period.
No, it wasn't. It was built to win. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. He can't step to the podium and say, hey, we need to get bigger, faster, stronger. No.
Which was weird because one of the things he said today, Joe, was, I feel like we're tougher now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yes, he said. Not only did he say that, he said it was Saban sitting in the back of the room on the ESPN set.
He's got to be shaking his head like.
So, and Nick's probably sitting there thinking, well, they were tough when I left. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Run the damn ball.
Substitute teacher.
Yeah. All right. Let's move to the next guy, and let's go to the Gators. In your judgment, Big Sirs, when you think of Jaden Baugh, Miles Graham, Vernell Brown III, that's 2 stars offensively, and Miles Graham is both legacy guys in Graham and VB3. These are guys that can make plays for John Summerall.
Yeah.
Yes.
You had the talented team. You just had the wrong guy calling the plays. All right. When Billy was there. So. Yeah, but y'all in the same situation as Alabama. Who's going to be your quarterback? Moving forward. You got a new coordinator, new style of offense, supposed to be a lot more open with all those weapons that you have. And I've always been a stickler. Your defense has always been solid.
Yeah.
You've always been solid defensively. So maybe you can collectively get it all together and gel and see what happens this season.
It's funny, Matt, because everybody that you have talked to, I'm guessing over the time from the Summerall shock, the loss of Lane, all that took place late, let's just say early this year, when the decisions were made, Lane to LSU, Summerall from Louisiana, or the state of Louisiana, and the Sun Belt.
He grew up in North Alabama, Joe.
But you know what I'm saying. Another coach came out of the state of Louisiana, and then Lane went to LSU. You know exactly what I'm saying. So anyway, but there is a decent amount of talent. We mentioned the cupboard with Alabama earlier. This is a decent amount of talent for Summerall to be able to showcase very quickly.
Yes, very, very similar to what DeBoer walked into. Now, DeBoer clearly walked into a situation where the culture was set. These guys knew what it was like to win. They knew what it was, what the expectations were, all of that, okay? Here it's a little different. There's talent, but they haven't won. They don't know what it's like to win, and he's got to instill that in them. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, because John Summerall won the day at the press conference, he's going to have this great season, and DeBoer's not. Who cares about press conferences, okay? And he'd be the first person to tell you that, Summerall would. The reality is it sounds good. What he's saying sounds good. He sounds like he's got control of things. We have no idea what happens. So that first game kicks off, and then the first of 2, I guess, would be preseason games kick off, and then you got to go to Auburn. Then you're going to find out what you got. Week 3, you're going to find out what you got with that cat.
Very simple, and I feel like the play callers that he's hired are both capable guys. They have been in the SEC. They're familiar with it. They know what they're doing. We're going to find out whether he can be a game day coach that you want to see making those tough decisions on the sidelines. All right, let's
well, I mean, we're going to find out if he's a guy that has them prepared.
Yes.
Because for the last 4 years, it was an operational mess, and it looked like no one was prepared. So if you're a Florida fan, literally, if you can get guys out there on a punt team that don't have the same numbers on, if you can get the punt team out there or the kick team out there without the offense being on the field at the same time, if you can actually look like you're operationally sound, that's a giant win from the previous 4 years.
I believe that this guy's proven he's been able to manage programs as a head coach and get them in position to win championships. And you can go to his 2 stops before coming to Gainesville. Let's keep it moving with judgments as we take a look at the other guys that are rolling in there. it was a funny story earlier. Trinidad or tampering, which will be brought up first with Pete Golding in Ole Miss, because he's the one who was accused of tampering by Dabo Swinney. And then also you got Trinidad, as great as that guy's going to be. This, if you look and add up the numbers, Matt, what Trinidad Chambliss was able to do from flipping Ferris State onto a huge stage, playing for a national championship, very close to playing for one as they made it to the semifinals. Pete Golding does have a chance to get out of the blocks hot as the new hottie toddy head coach.
Yeah, he does. I think that I don't think enough is being made of the fact that Trinidad Chambliss lost Charlie Weiss Jr. He the guy who developed him, the guy who called plays, the guy who ran that offense. He lost his head coach. Ole Miss's new offense coordinator is John David Baker. Look, we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? John David Baker runs a similar like air raid type offense. And we're going to see how Trinidad Chambliss develops. We've seen many times in college ball where a quarterback who's played at a high level, a new OC comes in and all of a sudden he doesn't play at that same level. So I think that's going to be a key to this team. Again, everybody's talking about how this team is going to be a playoff team. I'm not bullish on Ole Miss either. I'm the same way with Ole Miss as I am Alabama. I think they lost a lot on defense. They lost their primary quarterback coach, play caller, offensive coordinator. Like to me, that there's a lot of red flags on both these programs.
Now, Matt, you know that I believe that a quarterback's best friend is a running back. And Keywan Lacey is one of the best running backs.
Terrific.
Oh, yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah, so.
But again, rebuild offensive line.
That's true. That's true. They're two tackles.
And just to go back to the numbers real quick as far as what Trinidad did, Leon, 3,900 through the air, 325 on the ground with his legs, 30 versus 3 touchdowns to interceptions.
Best player in the league at the end of the year, without a doubt.
That's pretty damn good.
That is good.
All right, we'll keep it going with judgments. You guys can judge for yourself on who you think is going to be the talk of the town coming out of SEC Media Days and then getting ready for this season to start. Hit the text line, Design by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010.
Here comes the judge. Litigated by Campione Law, Champions for Justice. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
The Cash Building Material SEC Football Media Days coverage on 1010XL previews the upcoming SEC football season. Listen for interviews of coaches, players, and analysts as they give insight throughout the day on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm with Sullivan from Cycles of Jacksonville. And Sullivan, you love the beach and you love to ride. So tell everybody what Honda's got cooking right now.
Yes, definitely. Here at Cycles of Jacksonville, we have a full line: Hondas, Vespas, Triumphs, everything you can think of just to ride to the beach. It's going to be the best summer ever when you hop on that ride this year.
So if you head to the showroom first, you're going to see all sorts of examples of what they can enjoy.
Exactly. Come see us at the showroom, Atlantic Boulevard. We're ready to see you there.
You can log on, check out their Facebook page or cyclesofjacksonville.com.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
I've owned a home long enough to know one thing. The little problems you ignore almost always become the expensive ones. That small plumbing leak, the septic tank you've been meaning to pump, the air conditioner that's making a funny noise. July is the perfect time to take care of it. So right now, save $250 on a whole home repipe or redrain, $50 on any septic service, and $500 on a new AC system from Duck Duck Rooter. Honest service, upfront pricing, no surprises. When you're stuck, call Duck Duck Rooter, 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, let's talk about diamond cutting. How is a diamond price affected by the way it is cut?
Frank, that's probably the most important question asked about diamonds, because the trade-off between a diamond cut for maximum beauty and one that's not is the diamond's carat weight. You see, diamond cutters buy rough diamonds based on quality and weight. So as they cut the rough diamond, everything cut away affects profits. However, there's specific known cutting parameters, and each deviation from these means they have a heavier, less beautiful diamond. Unfortunately, a customer can't detect all those cutting imperfections. They need expert help about a diamond's cut grade. You see, for any round diamond of a particular color, clarity, and carat weight, there are as many as 10 different prices that can vary by as much as 50%. At Underwoods, we look specifically at how a diamond's cut before we look at anything else, because it's the most important factor when it comes to a diamond's beauty, and to us, whether it should carry the Underwood name or not.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Let's celebrate the start of a new season.
It's Cash Building Material SEC Media Days, covered by Lucas Tree Service and Underwood Jewelers on 1010XL.
I don't know that we're being overlooked. I just think we're boring.
Yeah.
You know, we're boring.
Winning is boring, is that what you're saying?
Not winning is boring. Just there's not a lot of swagger and notoriety involved around it because of my personality and a lot of our players' personalities. We're just meat and potatoes. You know, we just roll up our sleeves. We're not a lot of appetizers. We're simple in what we do and try to do it better than you.
It's just beautiful the way Kirby lays out the case for the lack of recognition, the lack of respect that the Georgia Bulldogs are getting right now. And you pointed it out immediately yesterday when Kirby sat down with Matt and Frank, and he's setting his team up to play that hand.
Oh, absolutely. In a team meeting, he's absolutely saying that. All right. He knows he's better than you. He knows it. So he doesn't have to go around saying it.
Mm-hmm.
His team just goes about their business of beating you up. They play bully ball on both sides of the ball. And I respect that. Now, when you gave me that stat, when you said that their roster is a composite of like 19-year-olds, that lets you know they do a hell of a job coaching over there. They recruit.
Yep.
And they got guys who are willing to wait their turn. That's the most beautiful thing in the world. I didn't play until my third year at Miami because I had to be groomed.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got there and started playing, I started playing. He's doing the same thing at Georgia. He's recruiting them. He's grooming them. So when it's time, and they're staying.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful thing.
And I tell you what, he will play there are very few times when Georgia can use that lack of respect card because of how good they have been under Kirby. What did we say? 117-21.
Mm-hmm.
They every single time they step on to the field, there's respect that comes along with that. But right now, he can play that hand just a little bit. That the classic chip on your shoulder.
Well, ask yourself this question: when was the last time Georgia got blown out, beat down? A mud stomp. We saw Alabama. It happened to Alabama twice last year.
Yeah, true.
I'm trying to remember the last time I remember a Nick Saban team getting blown out. Now, Alabama lost to Indiana 38-3, and then in the SEC championship game, they lost 28-7.
Yeah. And
that's blown out.
Exactly. And didn't look the part, didn't look like they were ready. And obviously the game plan from the other side just swarmed them. That's for sure. All right, let's go back to Matt just as far as that is concerned, because when you talk about the look and feel of what Kirby's got, they were fourth best rushing defense a season ago, 60% coming back on offense, 70% on defense. All right, Matt, you got guests down there. Take over, my man.
We got Jaden Boggs strolling up to the chair here real quick. We're spend a few minutes with Jaden Boggs, Florida's star running back.
Jaden, how you doing?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Jaden, get that headset on.
Yeah, Jaden, what's this been like for you? Had fun today?
Oh yeah. It's been an experience for me. First time, it was a lot of questions that I was ready for.
Yeah.
Some questions I wasn't ready for, but I answered them the right way. So
very cool.
What's the whole experience been like the last 4 or 5 months? Just the whole new coach, new vibe, new people.
It's been it's different. Coming in with a new staff, coming in with a lot of new faces on the team, getting them to understand the standard that we're trying to get to and put Florida back on top. So being able to do that and experience this with a good group that we have, I feel like it's been made me into a better person, a better leader, a better football player as well.
Jaden, running back is a position historically that's been rotated. You get blows. But toward the end of last year, it was all you, man. In fact, when VB3 went down, you were even returning punts. Running backs don't return punts, but you were having to do. What was that experience like for you? Are you a guy that just wants the ball every time?
Well, yeah, I've been doing it. I've been having the ball in my hands for so long to a point where it's normal to me, and I don't too much shy away from not being in the spotlight. I feel like when I have the spotlight and the targets on my back, I rise to the occasion at any time because that's what I work for. So, being able to just have the ball in my hands and show my talent off, I feel like that helps me a lot more.
So, Jaden, how did you avoid the pull of, man, I don't want to start over again with another coach. I just want to go somewhere where I can win. How did you avoid that and just, I'm going to stay in Gainesville? What was the process?
Understanding the fact that I can win at Florida. I knew that Coach Summerall and them was going to bring in the right players and the right staff as well. So each and every day that you hear news about somebody new coming to Florida, it just excited me a lot more, and they put me in the aspect of I want to be there. I know this is where I want to be. This is home for me, and they embrace me with open arms, and why not stay here?
Right. But Jaden, to that end, you're like a really good player. I mean, you're going to be in the Heisman conversation. You're going to play in the next level. So people wanted you. How did you deal with that? Did you just tell them no? Did you listen? What happened in your offseason?
I mean, we listen to everything, but because you never just push all your options out of the window. But with me, it was just more having an understanding of where I want to be at, what I wanted to do, where I wanted to end my legacy at. And that's what we always preach. My dad always preached to me, have a legacy somewhere that you can go back and call home. And I wouldn't want to call anywhere else home other than Florida.
All right, so what made Buster Faulkner's offense unique to you? Like when you saw it, what's the first thing you thought of?
I could be anywhere on the field and be able to succeed. Just because, like I told people earlier, Coach Buster knew me even in high school. And he's recruiting me while he was at Georgia Tech. And while that was happening, he also told me I can use you anywhere on the field. And if you come here, that's what's going to happen. And now that he's at Florida, that kind of made me a lot more excited when they said he was going to Florida. I'm like, man, I'm going somewhere where somebody wants me and they know my ability. So I couldn't wait, and I was excited for it.
So you'll line up outside sometimes then?
Oh, yeah. Outside, inside, running back, quarterback. Anyway, I'm ready.
Jay, let me ask you about listen, you're a really good player. The receivers, VB3 in Dallas and Eric Sandleton, are really good players. What's around you guys? Quarterback play, you got two guys battling. What's the offensive line going to be like? Because you got a lot of new guys. Are you comfortable with the people around you? Tell us about them.
As of now, yes. At times, you have the new faces. Everybody have their doubts. Everybody have, I don't know if we're going to do this. But as days keep stacking, I can't continue to just have more confidence, especially in the O-line. The O-line, they're the closest group I've probably been around at the whole time. Because if you see one of them, you see a lot of them. And it's more of when they're outside of football, they're still with each other. they're playing the game with each other. They're doing anything with each other just to become closer. And I feel like when you have a group like that, that speaks more volume to anything just because they're going to fight for each other each and every day.
All right, so I don't know if you noticed, but when Coach Summerall was in the main room, some guy's phone went off.
Yeah.
And he goes, he says to the guy, "You'd have been kicked out of our meeting room for that."
What?
And it took the guy a while to get to it. So the guy gets to it, turns it off, and then he says, "You're lucky I didn't pick up this freaking podium and throw it at you." Is that what he is? Is he that intense?
Yeah, but it translates to the whole team. Like, we all the same way as Coach Summerall. So the same way he did the dude in there, he definitely would have did it to us too.
But you guys feed off that stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah, we love it just because we know that he cares, and we know when it's football time, it's football time, and this is one of the moments where it's football time. So the guy in there, he should have knew it was football time.
Jaden, Florida struggled by Florida standards the last few years, but boy, there's excitement in the fan base. I can see it. We can see it. I know you can too.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I mean, are you know what I mean? I mean, everyone's jacked up now. How do you respond to that?
So, well, for me, I always understood that if you have change, it's always a new standard that comes with it. And with this staff, I could definitely see the standard as into how they came in and what they wanted to accomplish. And I see it already. So being bought into their process, getting the team to buy into the process, I feel that we're gonna be a force to reckon with, regardless of anybody we play, any team we play. We can be playing some giants, and we'll still go out there and give our best effort, just because that's the standard that they set for us. So, like, we know for a fact when we get on that field on Saturday, it don't matter if it's in the morning, midnight, wherever, we're gonna give our best effort, and we're gonna put on the show for our fans.
All right, before we let you go, one more quick one. What do you say to Florida fans that have been through a lot in the last 10, 12 years? Is it hang with it, we're going to get there?
Keep fighting with us like y'all been doing. Every fan that I've been a part of, and our fan base I've been a part of, they have sat there and fought with us regardless of if it was up or down. Just keep fighting with us, and we're going to give y'all the results y'all want.
All right, man. Thank you.
I'm gonna wrap with one. Jaden, you got a great career ahead of you. Do you think about that, or do you say, "I'll worry about that then"? Let me worry about now. Where's your head there?
Yeah, I try to stay with my feet on it 24/7. I'm not even too much worried about tomorrow, so I'm worrying about the next interview we got next. So, I try to stay with my feet on it so that I won't have too much focus on the future. Because you start focusing on the future, that you start putting your head into other ways, and you start losing focus on the main goal at hand. So, I just try to stay with my feet on.
Jaden, you've been fun to watch. I can't wait to watch you this year. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Jaden.
Jaden Bob, running back for the Florida Gators.
All right, that's Jaden Bob.
All right, so there you go. XL Primetime, the Frangie Show. Plenty more coming your way from the Gators as well. A golf club at Southampton Wednesday. Keep hanging out with us.
The station with balls and strikes. 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio, and 92.5 FM.
And that concludes the Joe C. Jack of all trades show. Tune in next week where I'll be installing my own French drain.
Joe, wake up, man.
Hey, John, I must have dozed off.
We finished those projects you started.
Whoa, my seamless gutters are actually seamless.
And they're connected into underground PVC drain lines.
And my sprinklers. Wow, look at that coverage.
Next time, just call me first, Joe.
I will, but I ain't singing that song.
Clearwater irrigation
and drainage too.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Picket here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family owned and operated since 1943. On Southside and JTB, for a limited time, Key Buick GMC has marked down select new GMC Sierra 1500 models. Below employee pricing, you pay less than what our employees pay. Plus, at Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us or shop online at KeyBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drive time only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Looking for an exciting, fun-filled evening the whole group can enjoy? Then don't miss the final home game of the season, and it's a big one. It's Military Appreciation Night with the Jacksonville Sharks, sponsored by True Vet Solutions. Sunday, July 26th, kickoff 7:30. Tickets start at just $15. Get out of the heat and into the arena as the Sharks battle the first place Green Bay Blizzard. Active military and veterans get special buy one, get one free tickets. Bring in the whole crew. Try our family 4-packs. 4 tickets, $50 in food or merchandise vouchers, all for $100. Don't miss the powerful military swear-in ceremony at halftime. And join us on the field after the game for a free autograph session sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. To purchase tickets or for more information, go to JacksonvilleSharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks! I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campion, Campion Law.
Prosser here. Who are you? Really? 1010XL wants to know. Just by filling out the listener survey on 1010XL.com, you could win Jags tickets to the home opener, Gator football tickets, Jumbo Shrimp tickets, and more. All you have to do is tell us more about you. Fill out the 1010 listener survey at 1010XL.com. What kind of vehicles do you drive? Are you a business owner? What part of 1010XL do you like the most? We want to get to know you better so we can serve you better. Go to 1010XL.com, fill out the survey, and you could be a winner.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window
World, simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Bringing SEC football to you, it's Cash Building Material SEC Media Days. Enhanced by Window World of Northeast Florida and AV Signs on 1010XL.
Jaden Baugh, the latest to step to the microphone on 1010 XL with Frank Frangie, Matt Hayes down in Tampa. SEC Media Days Day 3 today with Pete Golding and Hottie Toddy rolling in. Trinidad Chambliss, their star quarterback and a Heisman hopeful. And then, of course, John Summerall with not only Jaden Baugh, but Vernell Brown III, who hopefully we'll hear from in just a little bit, Miles Graham. And then you go to Kalen DeBoer bringing his players in. He didn't bring a quarterback, sirs, because he doesn't know who the quarterback, the main signal caller is going to be.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It does.
Austin or Keelan. We don't know.
We don't know. But I know what? I know this, though. They got a running back, Jaden Baugh. I like what he said. See, those the type of kids when you recruit, they wanted to be Gators. Because the kid, I'm sure he was offered by a lot of schools.
Yeah.
He could have taken the money and run, but he said that, listen, his dad said, listen, I want to build a legacy here at Florida. And that's important. You have those type of kids who care enough to come back, and money's not always the issue.
And I got to believe, and we've said this before, if you're good and the program obviously does not want to lose you, the money's going to be there. It's going to be close. It may not be exactly the same. You may not be able to. I'm sure Jaden Baugh and whoever's representing him heard from a few people that said, hey, this is the number. And then that was probably relayed back to Florida. And Florida said, we're going to have to We're gonna have to match that. There ain't no way we're gonna let this guy go. So Jaden Baugh, Vernell Brown, all these guys are stars as we head back down to Tampa with Matt Hayes.
All right, we got Florida wide receiver Vernell Brown here joining the show. Vernell, how you doing?
I'm good, man. It's
How's
been a great day.
Great day, huh?
Are you having fun? You look like you're having fun. We're gonna pull that a little closer to your mouth there, okay?
I got you.
You look like you're having fun.
Oh yeah, man. What's not to like about it?
I'm
enjoying myself.
Hey, what's it like? How important is it to be a Florida legacy? To know so many members of your family came to Florida before you?
I mean, it means everything, being able to play for that orange and blue, and there's actual history behind it. I think it adds another element to already good things about the University of Florida, and it just makes you play that much harder.
All right, new coach, new offense, new quarterback. The wide receiver room last year, you guys dealt with a lot of nagging injuries. Healthy now, how exciting is it?
I mean, it's exciting. We got a room full of game changers. The list goes on. Eric Singleton, Dallas Wilson, Bailey Stockton, Micah Mays, T.J. Abrams, and a bunch of other guys. But, I mean, we got a lot of guys who can make plays at any given time.
I think the belief is that's a really good room. I mean, that's a bunch of NFL guys. I mean, when you watch the guys around you, we all saw how good you are. We saw Dallas a little bit. We got a little glimpse of it in the Texas game. All I hear about is how good Eric Singleton is. When you look at the guys around you, how excited are you how good that room is?
I mean, it's very exciting, to be able to play alongside those really good players, as you mentioned. And then, I think just from the competitive excellence standpoint of how it rises everyone's level of play, because when you playing amongst a good player, you want to get yours too, so
Right.
it makes you play that much better. And, just for all of us to be able to rise each other's level of competition and play has been amazing.
So Buster Faulkner's offense, structurally, how much easier is it for you guys, and how much more dangerous will it be for other defenses putting them in conflict?
Yeah. So one thing I'll say about Coach Faulkner, he's a big schematic guy, and I think I have full confidence that he'll put us in the best position to be successful no matter what. But I mean, from a standpoint, from the teaching of it, is very different. Compared to last year, it's a more holistic perspective, so you can learn about, what everybody's doing and have a better understanding of the big picture of what the goal or game plan is for the offense.
Vernell Brown, the third with us. Vernell, Coach Summerall's told us that Aaron Philo and Tramel Jones are even. There's two guys. One of them's going to win the job, and he'll decide that. But tell me how they're different. You've worked with both quarterbacks. What do you like about those guys? Tell us about those two. We don't know them yet. Tell us about those guys.
First off, I'll start off by saying they're both really great people. Both, I would say, are model citizens on and off the field. They both go about things the right way and have the right approach. But as players, one thing I really like about Tramel is that he can make any throw on the field. He's a really good player, and he doesn't get phased in the face of adversity. He's consistent in who he is. He's naturally a more reserved guy.
Right.
But he's consistent, and he'll show up in the big moments for sure. And then Philo, he's very knowledgeable player. Obviously, with this being year 3 for him in the system, he knows everything about the offense. He knows it like the back of his hand. You can ask him a question about anything, and just the swag that he plays with, the outgoingness, the vocal leadership that he has about himself.
All right, so we're clearly in the state of Florida here.
Absolutely.
All right, but I got to be honest, you guys got here, and there's like a vibe right now here, man. This place is hopping a little bit, and I'm kind of wondering, is that just because it's Florida, or is it like this energy that Summerall brings? What's he like there? Because he seems like a very energetic, let's go get it guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the understanding, obviously Florida historically is a really good program, and I think anybody that knows anything about the University of Florida understands that, and I think just his energy and his want to, get us back to where we once were and what everybody knows us to be, I think it's a little bit of both.
Let me ask you this. The Florida program overall, weight program, is it different? Nutrition, is it different? Can you tell a big difference? And that's not knocking Coach Napier. I'm just asking, you tell a big difference in all of that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I say from the strength program, as a team, we've made a lot of gains. I don't really know the exact numbers, but I know if you hear them, it'll be wow, there's really big gains. I feel like as a team, we're a lot healthier at this point in the summer, which is, I mean, always a good thing. The best ability is availability. So, but I mean, I just think overall, it's a new change in the program, and it's been good.
Does your pop tell you, do you guys realize what we were? Do you realize how good we were? Does he ever tell you that?
I mean, he doesn't really tell me because he knows that I understand. You know, I've been a Gator my whole life, so and I've organically learned that history, and you know, just through my general curiosity about Florida football, I've learned and understand that what the standard is and what we need to do to get back there.
Do you tell your teammates that, like, look, this is what it used to be like here, man?
Right, yeah, absolutely. Like, and I think so. Like games like Texas are like a biggest tell. Texas last year. I mean, like you see the game, you see how exciting it was, how hype it was, how many plays were being made, and I'm like, I tell people like this was once the University of Florida every single Saturday, every single year. So like, and I think the Texas game was good to give us a taste of it. Like, okay, this is what it could be, and we could even take it to a bigger level than that.
Take me through the one-handed catch. I love the one-handed catch. Tell me about the one-handed catch.
Yeah,
because we're all talking about it. We're still talking about it.
Yeah, so at that point in time, it's just a routine play. I knew I was open, and I seen the ball, and went and made the play, and obviously I was hyped because I made the catch, but I didn't realize how good of a catch and the impact the catch had until after, and I was like, wow, like this is a real play. But yeah, I mean, that whole game felt like a dream. Obviously, being a Gator, my first game in the Swamp. So I was already on cloud nine that whole game, and you know, just to make a play like that and in a game like that is great.
Do you expect to be the punt returner? Do you expect to be involved in reverses and lined up all over the field? That's our guess. Is that what you think?
I would say yeah. I would say from an return man, definitely.
Yeah.
And I would say just from an offensive perspective, I have full confidence in Coach Faulkner and the offensive staff that they'll be able to put me and all the other players in the best position to be successful.
All right, before we let you go, what do you expect fall camp to be like? How intense do you think it will be? And do you think you guys could do more than people think this fall?
I would say this from fall camp. I feel like we do have a team full of competitors, so I think every day will be a grind. And I think we're gonna approach every day like it's game day. That way, when the game gets here, it's nothing new, and have the utmost standards for ourselves every day. There's no lack or drop off from that or exceptions from that. And what was the second question?
Do you think you guys can shake it up?
How good can you be? Can you be good?
Can you surprise some people?
I would say we definitely put in the work to be fully prepared on game day, and I think as a 4-8 team, I mean, you don't really have anything to lose. So
can you be more the team that beat Texas than the team that didn't the rest of the year?
I mean, I think we'll see on Saturdays.
See, he's smart. He was trying to get you to predict. Vernell ain't going there. You're too smart for that, aren't you, Vernell? So he knew that. Hey, it's been fun watching. It's going to be fun watching in that number one this year. I'm excited for you, and I know you are as well. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Vernell. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Vernell Brown III stopping by here at SEC Media Days.
All right, we keep it rolling. We got plenty more. We hope, John Summerall, before we are done today. The Golf Club at Southampton Wednesday on XL Primetime. We'll head into the 1 o'clock hour. Stay on your SEC teams that are in the building today. And don't forget, Golf Club at Southampton, super excited about the greens that are coming. Grass has been planted. They have sprigged the greens. It's starting to grow, and you will be out there teeing it up on brand new greens before you know it at the Golf Club at Southampton.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Kinda like a cup of radio coffee.
Yeah, this is my sanctuary right here.
1010 XL.
America's turning 250, and Superior Fence and Rail is celebrating in true red, white, and blue style. For a limited time, save $250 on your new fence. Give your home the freedom, security, and curb appeal it deserves. Celebrate America with a fence built to last. Offer valid on new contracts for 100 linear feet or more. Cannot be combined with other offers.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
It's here, Middleburg. Firehouse Subs is now open at the all-new Clay Town Center. Try the bold new steak and cheese melts, stacked with premium steak, melted cheese, and big flavor in every bite. Firehouse Subs at the Clay Town Center, open now.
Join Sporting News Jacksonville correspondent Pete Prisco for NFL News and Notes.
Of course.
Thursday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Frank Frangie and Hayes Carline. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Hicken here. Experience crystal clear vision with the Eye Associates, formerly Bow 9 Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet Betchkel, MD, Jacksonville's leader in advanced eye care. From routine eye exams to specialized vision care, their experienced team dedicated to improving and preserving your vision. The same care you come to trust, now with a new name. To schedule your appointment today, call the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Eye Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet A. Betchkel, MD, at 296-0098.
Hey, I'll be home in about 10 minutes. Actually, make it 8.
Hey, Mom. Yep, I'm walking home now. Mom, I'm trying to cross, but I don't think this driver sees me. No, they're driving too fast. Mom!
Speeding catches up with you. Early, on time, a little late, just get there safely. A message from the Florida Department of Transportation's Target Zero initiative.
David Garrard here, and once again, I'm reporting good news about how good my knees are doing following PRP treatment at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For an old quarterback like me, my knees are in great shape.
You don't have to be a celebrity or a professional athlete to appreciate the everyday personal attention you'll receive at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For any orthopedic need, call on the pros at SOS.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Today's vehicles are smarter than ever, but that also means they need more precision than ever. Features like lane assist, collision warning, and adaptive cruise control all rely on cameras, sensors, part of what's called ADAS. And if those systems are even slightly off, they might not work correctly. That's why, after certain repairs, your vehicle will need ADAS calibration. At G&H Tires and Service, they have the ADAS system, so your vehicle's safety features work the way they're supposed to. Don't guess with your safety. G&H Tires and Service. Precision that protects.
I'm Olivia Brooks with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by Awaken 180. Jaguars training camp is almost here. Rookies report this Saturday, July 25th. Veterans arrive Tuesday the 28th, and the first practice is Wednesday, July 29th, starting at 8:30. Get live reports and updates throughout training camp on 1010XL. You can reserve free practice tickets and buy regular season home game tickets at jaguars.com. It's 92 degrees at 1 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah. The college football season has officially started. It's Cash Building Material SEC Media Days, decorated by Underwood Jewelers and Window World of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
1 o'clock hours here, 1:05 on XL Primetime. Golf Club at Southampton Wednesday. Joe C. Big Surse, RJ producing today and for the rest of the week, subbing in for JJ LaSelva, who is at home enjoying the birth of his brand new baby, Sophia. I've got an update on Sophia coming up in just a little bit. But we just heard from Vernell Brown III, another Gator. And I know, look, sometimes you've been referred to, Leon Searcy, as orange and blue to the death. But
Never.
But the idea is that John Summerall has weapons. So now you've heard from a running back, a wide receiver, and for that matter, VB3 can be looked at as a serious special teams threat. Some playmakers either out of the backfield or off the edge.
Well, I think the most interesting thing that he said about the offense, he said that schematically is different. All right. That means that there's going to be different formations. Guys are going to be in motion, all this other kind of stuff. So we always talked about when Napier was there that the offense seemed to be in a box.
Yeah.
You know, he seemed to be locked in on running something specific, and he didn't have any formations. So I think that when you got weapons like you have on the wide receiver room, you got to put them in the best positions to where they're going to succeed. because they're all athletes. They all can jump out the gym. They all got to catch radius. So you got to put them in positions to where they're going to be successful.
And it's funny because when you hear a player say schematically, this guy gives us the opportunity to make plays from a bunch of different spots on the field, that is great to hear, instead of a guy maybe being stubborn saying, this is what I do. I want to make sure that you give me the ball. Just feed me the ball. But no, at the very least, for the here and now, we don't know what Buster Faulkner is going to be as the Florida Gator offensive coordinator until we see what it looks like on the field.
True.
But at the same time, if you have Dallas Wilson, Eric Singleton, Vernell Brown III, Jaden Bond, you can go down the line with the guys that they can mix it up and create some opportunities for all these guys.
Mix it in a pot like gumbo. That's what you got to do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You do. And you can't be, listen, players win games. Coaches set the table for them to eat. Okay. So if you're stuck on your offense and running it, you've got to be able to evolve and grow and change according to your players.
Right.
And if you know you got weapons, you got to use them. You got to use them in any capacity you can. And the guys that y'all named in that wide receiver room, they're ballers.
Yeah.
Now use them effectively.
100%. All right, so let's set it up. Maybe John Summerall will be walking towards 10-10 in just a few minutes. So should we go ahead and go back down to Tampa right now? All right, let's do it with Matt Hayes and Frank Franchi.
All right. We got Miles Graham, star linebacker here at the University of Florida.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Miles, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Great to see you, too.
Is your pop here? I thought I saw him hanging around.
My dad?
Your dad? Is
No,
he
he's not here today.
I
No.
thought I saw him here.
No,
okay.
he's not here
All
today.
right. So how's it been going today, man? What's it been like?
It's been fun, man. Just grinding. Yeah, these are the dog days of the off season. But about in a month or so, we get to put on and we get to put it all on tape. Put everything, everything we've been working for, everything we've been doing, we get to put it on the field.
Miles, how different is everything, the way you see it, how different is everything than it was the way it was before?
Yeah, it's a big difference just in the way we do things. I would say, like the schedule is different. Obviously the X's and O's are different, so it's definitely kind of like not a learning curve, but it just takes some getting used to.
So let me ask you this: at what point, when in the whole process of John coming in and being your new coach, did you think, all right, this guy's got it? I think this guy's got a plan.
Shoot, since the first day I talked to him, yeah. Since the first day I even met him, just the first thing he said to the team was, good job on being at FSU, like the day after. So I just knew from that moment on, I was like, this guy, he's that guy.
He gets it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You have there were some up and downs with Florida's football team.
Yeah.
But you guys have a really good room. Aaron Childs is in that room. Jaden Robinson in the room. You're like the leader of that room. I get the sense there's some good players there, and that maybe, I'm not knocking the previous staff, but didn't get enough out of that. I mean, maybe you were better than 4-8. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, we were much better than 4-8, I feel like, with the guys that we had just on all the rooms, like from top to bottom, the depth. There was definitely talent there, and it was just a culmination of things. You can't really blame it on the staff or just blame it on the players. It was everybody from top to bottom, and we all could have did a better job with that.
Do you guys, as a team, and have you talked about it, what was the difference between what you did against Texas when you looked like a top 10 team and what happened in those other 8 games?
Yeah. I would say the Texas game, I feel like we came together and we played as one. Like, we were really focused. Everybody did their job. And there was a great attention to detail, I think. And the other games, it kind of just fell apart. You can't really put your finger on one thing, but we definitely did not do our job. We definitely didn't have good focus, and that's what led to the other losses.
And that's coaching, right? That's the guy at the top's got to make sure everybody's on point, right?
I mean, it's not coaching, it's not players, it's all of it. Honestly, you can call it what you want, but we are on the field making the plays,
right? So
we're the ones that got to go out there and make the plays. It's not all on the coaches.
Miles Graham with us. Miles, how important is it to be a Florida legacy, to know what your dad did at the University?
Yeah, it's really important. It's my dream, and I'm living my dream, so I just can't do anything but thank God.
Are you connected with how it went when he was there? Do you know, has he shared those stories? I mean, all
the time.
Because I will tell you, if 2001 Miami team is regarded as like the best team of all time, right? If Ernest Graham plays against Tennessee, do you know that whole story?
Yeah,
Okay? Okay?
Oh, yeah.
They
Yes,
beat
sir.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Okay, so I mean, your dad was a really good player.
You know how
Yes,
he got
sir.
hurt, right?
Yeah, somebody twisted his knee.
Yeah.
Florida
He was
State game.
he was a
Yep.
really good player.
Oh, I know he was. I know he was the real deal, man.
Yeah.
People don't talk about him enough, but my OG, he was that deal.
You better believe he was. Tell me a little bit about the defensive players around you. The secondary, a lot of guys back.
Yeah.
Bryce kind of leads that group back there. Obviously, Jaden Woods is a very good edge guy. How good is the defense overall from a personnel standpoint?
Oh, it's deep. It's very deep. We got a lot of guys that you don't really talk about. You got guys like Kanye Clark, who's a dog, who's been working. You got LJ McCray. You got Brendan Bett, Jeremiah McLeod. You got a lot of guys that we're ready and we're hungry.
I'm glad you mentioned Bett and McLeod because I think your edges are going to be good.
Yeah.
You know your linebackers are good. I worry about defensive tackle a little bit. Defensive tackle is going to be okay?
They'll be great. They're working really hard in the weight room too. So I'm really excited to see them put on and go crazy out there.
What's the difference with the defensive staff?
I would probably just say scheme. I would say the scheme is probably a little bit different. Probably play some different coverages, play some different fronts. So,
what's Coach White like? Tell me about him. Tell me about his personality.
Yeah, Coach White's a dog. Like Coach White, he'll hop in the drills with you. He'll let you strike him. He'll let you tackle him. Like Coach White's the real deal, and he knows a lot about the game. He coached in the NFL for a while, so he knows his stuff.
Kind of crazy? They say he's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Good crazy, right?
Yeah,
Wait, he's hopping in drills?
Huh?
He's
Yeah, he hops
hopping
in drills. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, if we're not hitting hard enough, he'll let us hit him. Yeah.
That is really good.
Cool, yeah.
Final thing or two. Because you're a legacy.
Yeah.
Because you grew up in Gainesville. I mean, you're a Gainesville. You're Florida. How important is it to you to be part of the team that brings Florida back?
Yeah, that means everything to me because I always wanted to do that, like from the jump, like ever since I came here. And I had the opportunity to leave or stay when the staff changed, and I wanted to stay. And I wanted to bring that back and help us get back to where we need to be.
How is it difficult for guys when you're in that position, when you know you can leave and you know you can start over and you might have a chance to win big? How difficult is that decision for you?
I mean, it's hard, but you got to go back to what you believe in. Like, what do you stand on? What's your principles? Like, are you just going to jump ship and leave, or you know what I'm saying? Or are you going to stay and grind it out with the guys that you started with?
Miles Graham, linebacker of the University of Florida. Exciting times ahead for the Gators. Miles, thanks for stopping by.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Miles.
Miles
Appreciate
Graham from the University of Florida.
So I'll tell you what, the energy level that you're hearing from these players, it does kind of ooze excitement for Florida faithful out there. And it sounds like they're all getting it from John Summerall, wouldn't you say?
No, absolutely. There's new energy in the building right now. And I like the fact that I hear players saying stuff like, yeah, it could have been easier for me to leave, but I wanted to stick it out and turn this thing around.
Yeah.
I love hearing that.
And the two legacy dudes, that's for sure. All right, we'll keep it rolling. SEC Media Days down in Tampa. John Summerall. Hopefully we'll hear from the Florida Gator head coach coming up.
Of all the places in the world, this is our favorite. This is home. 1010XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barra here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barra Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to barriorthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barra Orthopedics.
Hunting season in Northeast Florida is just around the corner, and Green Acres Sporting Goods has been serving Jacksonville hunters for over 55 years. And right now, you can lock in a summer deal on an AR-style 12-gauge shotgun for just $299. And while you're there, check out the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida and test shoot the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews. Shop today at Green Acres Sporting Goods.
When you want to know what's happening in Gainesville, roll with the Gator Report. I'm Joe C. Listen for updates on Florida Gator athletics several times a week on 1010XL. Built by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
Go, Gator! Birthdays, anniversaries, and graduations happen year-round. That's why it's good to have Kuhn Flowers on hand to send that floral arrangement with a simple click, call, or showroom visit. Make Kuhn Flowers your go-to when you need to send your love.
Hey, it's Joe C. Wingstop just dropped the boneless meal deal for two. 20 boneless wings, choice of 4 flavors, a large fry, and 2 dips. All for only $16.99. Limited time. And while you're crushing that deal, get in the Club Wingstop loyalty program. 10 points for every single dollar you spend. Sign up now at 1010xl.com/Wingstop. I'm locked in. You need to be too. Wingstop, baby. Get the deal and get in the club. Bonus meal deal for 2 and Club Wingstop. Limited time only at Wingstop.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione Law.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
College football fans, I'm Greg McGarity, President and CEO of the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. Don't miss your last chance to watch college football in Jacksonville before the stadium is renovated. The SEC and ACC face off in Everbank Stadium for this year's TaxSlayer Gator Bowl Wednesday, December 30th at 11:30 a.m. A perfect buy for family stocking stuffers. Act now and get a sizzling summer special of 4 tickets for $100 at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com. TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is SEC College Football.
Live from Cash Building Material SEC Media Days in Tampa.
Brightened by AV Signs and Underwood Jewelers on 1010XL.
All right, cranking along. Hopefully John Summerall, Florida Gator head coach, will be cranking his way towards the 1010XL setup on Radio Row. We are hanging out. We just heard from all 3 Florida Gators that have come in, 2 on the offensive side, 1 on the defensive side, as we've been talking about day 3 of SEC Media Days. And Matt Hayes led off our show, Leon, saying that John Summerall kind of won the room, the big media room, whereas Kalen DeBoer, as he walked through the hotel in the convention center, might have drawn crickets. He didn't have a whole lot of people, or Tide fans, I should say, in tow trying to chase him down and get his autograph. Interesting.
It is very interesting. Well, you know what's more important than Summerall winning the media day? So as players believe in him. I always tell you that when that first team meeting room, when that coach gets in front of the players and tells them, you know, what our direction is, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to build here. Now, you got to win ball games, all right? It can't just be tossed in the wind like that. But I like the fact that the team is saying there's new energy, there's new direction. He's hard on us. We're going to be physical. We're going to be tough, all that kind of stuff. And listen, you can win the offseason all you want, but the bottom line is you got to win games. And if you're winning games with that approach, just like the Jaguars last year, you get to believe, you start to believe, and you start seeing yourself on film having success. So no different from the pros in the college. That belief, you build it in the off season.
Yep.
But it's got to have some carryover when the season starts.
And I think you, as a Hurricane Hall of Famer, the measure of the man and what he's willing to do, what work he knows is important that he's willing to put in, that you don't just get to do it on game day. You got to be able to do it basically around the clock for an entire off season with no results.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
And then you know that it's going to come and it's going to pay off later.
Well, listen, Jimmy used to say you win games in the off season and you play them on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
What you do when no one's watching is as important as what you do on the field on Saturdays.
Yeah. And so I do like the sound of it. Every player is going to come in, and every coach for that matter, and say all the right things.
Yes.
It goes back to what you said originally. Are they doing the work right now, and will it show on Saturday? The thing I at least heard from either a Miles Graham or a VB3, or for that matter, Jaden Ball earlier, they're doing things differently. The way it feels and looks from them, for them, on the practice field or in the meeting rooms, all that stuff, they can see the difference. And you got to think about it. They just barely left high school gyms, wherever they were at, their locker room, their football field, high school gyms, whenever they were walking off and ending their high school career. This is the only thing they've known. These guys have been there. They haven't transferred in. And so now they are looking at something different, from Billy to Sumrall.
Yeah.
And if you see change, I think players are going to pick up on that.
Yeah, but here's my thing. When you've got to have elevated expectations way beyond what the coach thinks about you. That's how you get the best out of players in games. Wherever the bar is with the coach, you should supersede that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as your work ethics, your film, staying out of trouble, going to class, all those kind of things. Whatever the expectations are that they have of you at the university, you should supersede them. If everybody has that approach, then that's how you win ball games.
Yeah. And I think collectively that's what they're trying to do. Come together and let's show Gator Nation, let's show the SEC, let's show the teams we play on a regular basis who we are, what's our new identity. Let's make this the 10-10 take, RJ, because this kind of pairs up with what is happening right here in Duval.
10-10
take.
Now, Josie's 10-10 take, served up by Wingstop. Can't stop Wingstop.
Don't forget, Club Wingstop. You can easily join and get points for every dollar you spend. Just go to 1010xl.com/Wingstop. It is real easy to get signed up. So if you pair Gainesville and Jacksonville together, and if you take Duval a season ago and how they changed people's opinions of who they are and who they're going to continue to be, the only way you change people's opinions is if you give them something else to look at instead of the same old losing way. And if you start winning ball games and you start beating people up, they take notice. And Jacksonville certainly has turned heads. Maybe not as many heads as fans in Duval want for the here and now, but if they keep winning, they're going to turn more heads.
Mm-hmm.
The only way Florida's going to make people believe that they've hired the right guy is to start winning some dang football games and be in position every single Saturday to steal one from the other guy, put one in your win column. All those things have to happen for people to change their opinion. Florida has gone through way too many losing seasons for this fan base to tolerate without wanting change. So we'll see where it goes. That's the 10-10 take.
Yeah, but what I mean by elevated expectations, when I came in University of Miami, 2-star recruit when we played 1 year high school football.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a lot thought about me when I came initially in University of Miami. They didn't know a 2-star recruit when we played 1 year high school football was going to be an All-American, first-round pick, and one of the greatest offensive linemen in Miami history. But those were my expectations. That's what I mean by elevated expectations. If everybody has those kind of expectations about themselves,
right,
now you got you something.
And so that what you're saying is the Miles Grahams, the Vernell Brown, they need to start picturing themselves in that setting.
That's absolutely right now.
And Jaden Ball knows, based on what he has been able to do, that he is one of the top running backs, not just in the Southeastern Conference, but in the country.
In the country.
And if they do draw it up, if Buster Faulkner does enough offensively, and just think about it. Gator fans were looking when the Buster Faulkner decision was made. They were like, wait a minute. All I ever saw from Georgia Tech last year was Haynes King. And we know how much we XL Primetime loved Haynes King with a crick in his leg. He was a one-man wrecking ball. he was the rambling wreck from Georgia Tech, just running into anything wearing a different color uniform. And in this case, if they have either an Aaron Philo or a Tramel Jones, if they have a guy that throws the football with accuracy and on time, they're going to do that more than they're going to ask their quarterback to take off and run into a brick wall. And they're going to hand it off to Jaden Bond, let him do most of that heavy lifting. And they're going to use all these guys that they can get the football to and turn it into big plays. Totally different than what
rightfully, rightfully so. Use your weapons. Absolutely. Use the guys, put them in position so they succeed.
So a season ago, Florida, like you said, it was in a box as far as the way this offense operated. Defensively, they definitely have some guys coming back. They were able to retain very important players, be it a Graham, be it a Woods, those guys on that side of the ball. We don't talk about them as much. We probably should a little bit more, but we will see where it goes. I think any Gator fan out there just wants to simply see the offense go. Score some points, get in the high 20s, the low 30s. Take care of business on that side of the ball.
And another thing, bro, y'all got to make the swamp. Y'all got to make it people afraid to go to the swamp again. That's what you got to do, bro. That element of the fan base, that element of football. Listen, I remember we were playing a Notre Dame. We were playing Notre Dame. And I remember Dennis Erickson was telling us how great Notre Dame is, And I remember Bernard Clark said, Coach, we don't lose in the F and OB. He said, what? Excuse me? He said, we don't lose in the F and OB. He said, all right, meeting's adjourned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was your place.
He was trying to shine on how great Notre Dame was when he said, bro, we don't lose at the crib. I don't care what you say, how great they are and this and that. Florida got to get back to that. Yeah. We don't lose at the crib.
And I'll guarantee you this. The atmosphere, the electricity, it was always there from a fan's point of view. Just the product was not
true.
Was not there.
Absolutely.
We'll find out if they get that product going. Golf Club at Southampton Wednesday. Don't forget, you can follow all their progress on their Facebook page, renovating all their greens, working the bunkers, teeing areas, just making it a great experience for you. And you can check it all out at the Golf Club at Southampton.
It's the way the game was meant to be heard. Raw, real, and right in your ear.
Right side coming! Touchdown!
Feel the energy on 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Turn up the shine with the Gate Express Car Wash Sizzlin' Summer Sale. Buy one graphene wash and get a second one for just $10. That's a $20 savings. Visit your nearest Gate Express Car Wash today.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Retired U.S. Navy Commander Chris Valdivia from American Roll-On Roll-Off Carrier. The hardest transition isn't deployment, it's coming home. Be part of the solution at ONU's Mission Possible Gala, October 17th at Sawgrass Marriott. For information and to register, go to onuvets.org. That's onuvets.org.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Looking for an exciting, fun-filled evening the whole group can enjoy? Then don't miss the final home game of the season, and it's a big one. It's Military Appreciation Night with the Jacksonville Sharks, sponsored by True Vet Solutions. Sunday, July 26th, kickoff 7:30. Tickets start at just $15. Get out of the heat and into the arena as the Sharks battle the first-place Green Bay Blizzard. Active military and veterans get special buy one, get one free tickets. Bring in the whole crew. Try our family 4-packs. 4 tickets, $50 in food or merchandise vouchers, all for $100. Don't miss the powerful military swear-in ceremony at halftime. And join us on the field after the game for a free autograph session sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. To purchase tickets or for more information, go to JacksonvilleSharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks! 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. The college football season has officially started. It's Cash Building Material SEC Media Days, decorated by Underwood Jewelers and Window World of Northeast Florida on 1010XL. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is, listen, when I'm at Miami, when Jimmy left and Dennis Erickson came in, he was a little reserve coach. He wasn't a fiery guy like Jimmy Johnson was. But we had already adopted what Jimmy was all about. So we knew how to work. We knew how to train. We knew how to get after it. All he needed to do, not crash the Porsche, okay? We was already a machine in motion. So that's a little different now. When you come from a team that's been 4-8 and you're trying to get them back to prominence, you got to get them to believe. You got to get them to believe in winning again. Because right now, when you're 4-8, you feel some kind of way, and you got to get them to not feel some kind of way and feel greater than what they were last year. So I mean, Summerall, so far he's doing a great job. Yeah. We'll see the product of his work when the season starts.
It's a great way to look at it right now, and Gator fans are trying to embrace that because it went from this, they hired who, to this, and the level of excitement from a player retention point of view, a player recruiting point of view, it has definitely picked up. So my golden moment is that DeBoer sagging in his approval ratings with his fan base, and they're wondering, and they're nervous right now. Tide fans nervous as maybe a Gator fan, you could argue, because of the fact that they don't quite know what it's going to look like. Is it going to turn a major corner? It was a college football playoff performing team a year ago, but we all know what happened.
They're watching the fall of Rome.
We'll find out. We're going to find out, man. And that is an woo! Tide fans, that was Big Surge chiming in on that one. All right, let's chime in and check in with our dude.
Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Dr. George Barry. We miss you, man. You've been on the road. You've been vacating with young Michael and young George and the beautiful Mrs. Dr. Barry. Are you well rested? Are you ready to go back to work?
Back to work. I came back on Sunday, went back to work Monday, and I woke up a little bit of a cold today. So we're fighting time change and a little of a cold, but we're good.
All right, good. Right. Powered up, scrubbed up, ready to go. All right, we need to throw a couple of injury questions at you. Dr. George Barry, fellowship trained under the round. Dr. James Andrews, and he is right here in the city of Jacksonville, born and raised, and can take care of you if you have any sports injury questions. I had to bring it up, Gio, because Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper for Argentina, dude was unreal in the final against Spain, had I want to say it was at least 11 stops, and then ultimately Spain was able to score, but he was doing that with a broken finger in his right hand. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. You know, and the thing with as a keeper, you really buddy tape. He didn't have his fingers buddy taped, right? Like you can do sometimes. But yeah, it's pretty impressive, especially these shots that come at you 70, 80 miles an hour, and you're diving on the floor and getting up. And I think at one point he was pretty hurt, and they came out with down. But yeah, I mean, he was very impressive. His whole team in general was not.
Yeah,
but he was impressive. He kept them. He basically kept them in the game. But yeah, it's really impressive to go there with a bump finger. Now, you could lidocaine it, or you just numb it up and you don't feel anything. Right? Obviously, not great for the future of the finger, but in the World Cup, I bet you they numbed that sucker up, and he just went out there and didn't feel anything on that finger. That's a possibility.
Yeah. Leon, that's akin to you taking a shot no matter what, so you could be available to play, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I take both of my fingers together like that. So that's how I played it. Keep him from getting broken.
And his quote, Gio, was all the specialists I consulted told me I had to have surgery or I wouldn't be able to play. And he said, I'm playing.
For Martinez?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder what it looks like. I wonder if he's going to have surgery now after, since the game.
You would think so.
I mean, we've seen that before. We've seen after the season ends, and when I was with Andrews and all the professional guys came, the season ended on the Sunday for them, and on Monday they're there for surgery, right, the next day. So I wouldn't be shocked if we hear that he had a surgery, which would affect he's with Aston Villa, affect that because they're going to start back, I think, in like a week or two or so. But
that is true.
So that would definitely affect that.
And the other interesting part is they said the injury forced him to train separately from his Argentina teammates throughout the entire group stage. He couldn't team and train as with the rest of the Argentinian team, which was kind of crazy. But anyway, a great job from him.
Yeah, no, he did great. He kept them in the game because the team did not help him out.
All right, I'm going to throw this other one at you, and we do not know, and I'm just basically trying to suggest that there may be a little bit of concern about Sam Levitt and a Liz Frank injury. It was a season ender a season ago, Gio. He had taken Arizona State to the college football playoff the year before. He gets hurt in September, a Liz Frank injury, had surgery, and they say coming out of spring, everything's good to go. He should be full go. But what are the concerns when you hear about a Liz Frank injury?
Well, I mean, look, he's 10 months out, so in theory that should be enough time. But the concern is that you still have pain and that you're not as explosive. You can't push off, off that foot like you could before. Mm-hmm. Those are the biggest issues, is residual pain and unable to push off like you did before because it hurts. So those would be the biggest two issues after Liz Frank.
And so when if you go through that physical exam and you basically say this guy's cleared, you don't need to worry about anything else. There's nothing that he would brace-wise have to wear or anything like that.
No, I mean, look, once the Liz Frank heals, it heals, and it's fine. But the question is, what are the residual symptoms, right? You know, I think we in society, we kind of have a little thing where, if I do surgery, I'm going to be back 100%, which is very far from the truth. You know, we see professional athletes, and they go out and they play like they're 100%. But when you ask them, they're icing their knees and their shoulders for like 24 hours after because they're not 100%, but they're able to fight through it for the 60 minutes, or whatever it is that they're playing, to look like 100% of that time. But once you have a surgery and a fracture or a tear and you get a surgery, it's not, the majority of people are not 100% back to normal. Mm-hmm. And they still have some residual symptoms. And the question becomes, how bad are the residual symptoms? Are they bad enough where they affect how you play, or are they just a nuisance where it's fine, it's just bothering you?
Yeah, in the case of Travis Hunter here locally, he says he's running faster now than he was before he got injured. So what you're saying, as we tie the two together, is you hope like heck no residual for either one of these guys when they step back out on the field.
Right, and then Leon's had a couple surgeries, so he could probably tell you that you're not always 100% after. You just got to deal through some issues, but you can play like you did before.
Yeah, most of the issues that I had were in between my head.
Yeah,
I had to get over
your ears. Yeah,
between my ears. You know what I'm saying, not between my head, between my ears, because I had to get over. I had to play again to get over the fact that my injury was healed. Yeah. Because you want to get bumped, you want to get pushed, you want to get knocked down, all that kind of stuff, and then get back up and say, okay, I'm cool with it.
Right, and that's one of the biggest issues after ACL, and I think like when Mark Brunell had it back in the day, that was one of the issues where he was very slow off his after he came back. But that's because it was kind of a mental thing. He wasn't sure. And it's very common in athletes to be unsure at first. And then once you get hit a couple of times, you realize, I'm fine. You'll be back.
There you go. And listen, you're fine being back at work. All right, listen, we appreciate it, Gio. All scrubbed up. We'll see you in studio next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Bari Orthopedics, make sure you check them out with any sports injury concern that you have. Make sure you drop by either the offices or log on to bariorthopedics.com. All right, John Summerall, we think we may have him heading towards the 1010XL table. We'll take a quick break, come back with hopefully the Florida Gator head coach.
Our next guest is not affiliated with the NFL or Jacksonville Jaguars.
Discussion of injuries is solely based on opinion.
Now, the Bari Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Breakdown. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Insurance companies have teams of lawyers working to protect their bottom line. I'm Chris Campione of Campione Law, and you deserve someone just as focused on protecting your bottom line. We go head-to-head with insurance companies every day, and they know our name. Giving you peace of mind and delivering results is our job. With no fees unless we win, there's no risk to get the help you need. Visit CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Picking here, or maybe you should call me Dreamfinders Danny. Look what Dreamfinders is doing again, an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. It's where football season starts.
From Tampa, it's Cash Building Material SEC Media Days.
Brightened by AB Signs and Lucas Tree Service on 1010XL.
Hi, we welcome you back. We are at SEC Media Days in Tampa. Frank Frangie, Matt Hayes, and Coach John Summerall stopped by. Busy day. If you having fun, is it fun?
Define fun.
Well, you were just rocking out with some ACDC, so you're a little bit fun, right?
Hey, you gotta have fun. Yeah, it's been a great day. A lot of great people and a lot of familiar faces from my past as a coach. There'd be Kentucky people or Alabama people at Troy, and a lot of Baton Rouge, New Orleans people from my time at Tulane.
John, we've had you on, and you've been very kind. I told you this when you came on. You're so kind to do so many of these. I know talking season's about over, but I appreciate this. Bro, you have captured Gator Nation. I think it's your personality, your energy, you're authentic. It's really cool. I don't know that I expected that one. I didn't know what to expect. Have you sensed that, the connection between you and these Gator people that are so excited?
Yeah, I'm not going to change. Yeah. All right, I'm going to be myself. When I went through the process of making a decision of taking this job, I really felt like I was equally yoked with the Florida fan base. The Florida fan base might be a little bit crazy, but the good news is so am I. And so, this has been a great experience so far. We're undefeated, so that helps.
Yeah.
But the thing I'll tell you is I think they feel that we're all in. We're giving it everything we have every day. This is a special place, man. It's a great job. We have a lot of work to do. And I did feel the need early on to maybe open ourselves up and pull the curtain back to let people see who we were, what this was going to look like, what it was going to feel like. Now, I told the media the scrum that I met with, which was mainly local people and a few national people earlier today. I said, look, Coach Spurrier said it's talking season. Well, it was podcast season for me for March or April. I ain't doing any more podcasts. It's football time. And so after today, I didn't do anything the last month or so. I've been locked in on recruiting the whole month of June and then vacation for a little while around the 4th of July. And once we lock in after today, it's all ball other than my normal media availabilities, really.
Hey, were you surprised at the level of PTSD among fans, boosters, just the whole group of people over what they've been through in the last 10, 12 years?
No, I mean, look, this place wants to win. And I understand that. I want to win. And so football matters to the University of Florida. I don't want to be at a place where football doesn't matter and where winning doesn't matter. And so I understand maybe the frustration. I understand the angst of why can't we get maybe over this hump or where we want to get this program back to. We're going to get there. We got a lot of work to do. It's not going to happen overnight. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen this year. I want it to happen right now. But it doesn't. It's not just something you hope and then it just comes to fruition. You have to put the work in. The truth lies in the work you do, and our guys are doing it. The staff's doing it. The players are doing it. We're heading the right direction. This is a challenging league to play college football in. We have got a lot of work to do to catch up to being that top 3 or 4 teams that we want to be in, year out. We're not there yet. We got to get there.
John, you said when you got the job, there were some concerns, maybe a sense of urgency, work in the weight room. I heard you say today that you think you've made some strides there. How much different is it now than what you saw when you took the job?
Yeah, I think when the staffs knew, half the rosters knew, you're just trying to learn each other.
Yeah.
And then they're having to learn what our work standards look like. Like, I don't know what happened before. It doesn't have anything to do with me. All I know is the standard we have is not going to change daily. And you can either meet the standard or you can leave.
Yeah.
But we're not going to change the standard or lower the standard for anybody. And so I think getting people, it's almost one by one, you get guys to fall in line and understand what this looks like. Well, then you get to a point where I think we're close to now, where when you don't meet the standard, it looks really weird and it kind of sticks out. Where early in January, February, when you didn't meet the standard, it was half the team.
Yeah.
Well, now when a guy's not meeting our standard by how we're doing things, it's like a guy, and he looks really funny because he's not doing what everybody else is doing. And so you start to get everybody to conform to like, hey, this is how we do things. It's not just what you do, it's how you do it. And so getting the guys to understand how we do what we do.
So we had Miles on it, and I asked Miles, you guys look like a top 10 team against Texas last year. And then those other 8 games, what in the world happened? How do you get them to be more like that team instead of the other 8?
The only way I know how to do it and how I've done it in the past is consistency in how you prepare, and you have to bring it every day. You don't know, everybody talks about like game day and get your game, the old Bobby Knight, what's your game face look like? He's like, what is a game face? And so to me, you don't rise to the occasion of game day. You fall to the level of your training. You're either trained or you're untrained. We have to train every day with intent and purpose, like the game is on the line, if we want to be able to perform the right way when the game is actually on the line. And so Monday's run through matters.
Yeah.
The end of the week walkthrough, every detail matters. And so I think just getting our guys to understand that heightened sense of urgency by how we do things.
John, people know what we know about your team. The skill's really good because we know those guys. Miles and the linebacker crew and the edges are good. How good are your lines of scrimmage? Because those are the guys we don't know as well. The defensive tackles and the whole offensive group.
Yeah, I don't know them as well yet either. I mean, I got a pretty good idea, but there's still maybe the biggest question marks in some spots there. I'd say where we lie right now, our defensive line, I feel really confident in what they can become. They have to be consistent. Our offensive line, I feel like we've got decent competitive depth. Do we have winning starting level players there is what we got to find out. The guys in that room have worked incredibly hard this summer. I've called them out. I've gone at them a little bit. I hadn't shied away from it. I'm going to call it like I see it. And they're working. We're going to find out if it's working, but they're working. And so they put the work in. They've had good summers. We'll see how it all plays out, but I'd always like to be better. We haven't arrived. Both those areas are not finished products, but we're going to find a way to make sure we put a competitive group on the field on both lines of scrimmage.
How pumped are you for camp? Just the idea of actually getting those guys 30 days.
I'm excited about it. The way that training camp models have gone now, it's a little bit less of a grind, if you will, than what it was when I was a freshman in college. When you had 2 days every day, now you can't do 2 days. It's against the rules. But the other thing that's unique to the way the rules and the schedule are set up in the calendar now is we've had our guys a lot this summer and done walkthroughs and OTAs and installs. They had an OTA this morning, but myself and these 3 guys weren't at it. They had a practice for about 50 minutes with a ball. And so we're maybe a little bit further ahead on the installation, but we'll see. I'm excited about just kind of focusing, getting out all the noise out and locking into our progression as a team.
John, you've talked a lot about the fact that you've got 2 quarterbacks and you feel like they're even, both Philo and Trammell. how do you want to see that? Not who you want to win the job. That's not
Yeah.
fair. But I mean, do you want to know 2 weeks out? Does it matter? I mean, how does that go?
Yeah, I don't have a timeline.
Yeah.
I don't prescribe to, hey, we got to know by this date.
Okay.
You know, I met with both of them at the end of spring. I met with every player on our roster at the end of spring one-on-one.
Yeah.
And when I met with them, I told them, hey, if we played a game tomorrow, this is the guy that would start. This is the guy that would be the backup.
Okay.
We don't play a game tomorrow. I'm just telling you where we are today.
Right.
And both of them have worked incredibly hard all summer at trying to develop and grow within what we're doing offensively and leading our team. What I love about both of them is they're both competing with each other, not against each other. They got each other's back. They live together in the same rack in the weight room every day. Like those guys, do both of them want to start? Yes. I hope they both want to start. But I also expect whoever starts to be good to the guy behind him and the guy behind him to be confident that when his number's called, he's ready to go, because it very well may take both those guys playing starting snaps at some point this year, regardless of who starts game one or who doesn't.
You have legit skill guys. You might have the best skill guys in the league.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and rank them because I don't know everybody's roster, but
damn good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's strong. Yeah, I feel good about if we get the ball in our playmakers' hands, we got a chance.
That's the issue with the offensive line. That's why it's got to be good, right?
Yeah.
Well, it does, but I'd say this too. It's got to be able to function. You know, the style of play, Buster does a great job. That's why I hired him, of maybe offsetting weaknesses and leaning into your strengths. And so, you know, Buster was able to be really productive on offense at Georgia Tech. They didn't always have just the best offensive line.
Right, they weren't killing people.
It's how do you put it together? How do you make it? How's it manufactured? And so, you know, we got to be able to run the ball between the tackles, but that doesn't mean we need to play phone booth football and get all 22 people on the field within arm's length distance to each other and see if we can just maul people. We might need to run the ball downhill sometimes by spreading people out.
Yeah.
And so how you play the game matters a little bit to give them a competitive advantage. That's your job as a coach, is try to find out what can we do to give our players a competitive advantage.
John, final thing. You ran out of the tunnel as a first-time head coach at Troy. You did it again at Tulane. Well, you're about to run out of the tunnel as a first-time head coach at the University of Florida in the SEC, which you grew up watching and loving. And
are you trying to get me to headbutt?
Yes, I am. Yeah, but I got him in between us here. Okay. How excited How excited is it going to be for you, man?
I'll be amped, but I'm amped every day. Like I don't change. Like I'm still as excited today about being the head coach of Florida as the day I was hired. I will never take this for granted, ever. Like there will not be a time we're out to the field to play a game in our stadium where I will not be like ready. And I think because of that, I have the expectation that our players better mirror that, because if they don't want to go make a play, I'll go try to make it for them.
Right.
But I'm excited. You know, there's no place like playing in the Swamp, and I cannot tell you enough how honored I am to be the head football coach of Florida.
We can't wait to watch. It's been fun watching you in this offseason, but it's about to start. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Go Gators.
All right.
Yeah,
John Summerall, the Florida football coach. Joe?
I tell you what, good stuff from the head coach of the Florida Gators, and you know Gator Nation's fired up hearing that.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Tommy Mack joins us now in Meathead 55. If we steal any more of his time, he may headbutt us right now. Tommy Mack, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, listen, Summerall at Florida reminds me of, you know, going through the coaching change at BC from Jack Bicknell to Tom Coughlin. It was no nonsense right away. It was very easily learned. It's black and white. Do it this way or we're sending your butt home. It's pretty simple. So I like the similarities.
All right, you can touch on that, I'm sure, during the show. Yeah, because I love that. It's a great comparison. You guys got plenty coming up.
Ton coming up. We're going to, of course, talk SEC Media Days. We'll talk, of course, with Coach Summerall. Was just speaking of, we'll look at the NFL, underrated, overrated quarterbacks, and all that good stuff. You know, let's getting ready for football season, man, right here.
Tommy Mack, thank you, buddy. Helmets and Heels coming up next. Big Sirs, look, I know that Summerall, you want him to have a little bit of success, but not a lot of success. We'll see where it goes.
No, listen, I root for Florida teams, man. I want to see Florida and Florida State get back on the map.
Did you record that, RJ?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So we can beat them again.
You don't need to record that last part. We're done. Thanks to the Golf Club at Southampton. Wednesday right here on XL Primetime. Check them out on Facebook. See all the progress they're making. And we progress from XLP to Helmets and Heels. Coming up next, Maddie, Joe C., Big Sirs, and RJ.